My parents thought that it will be super hard and tough. They were probably confused a little bit. They were like, are you sure? Hard job, just going somewhere else. You'll be alone there, you'll be homesick. I just said that I have to try, because I'm young, and if you don't try, you never know. So my name is Elgis. My stage name is Unicorn Skull. I'm a DJ and producer. So I was born and kind of raised in St. Petersburg. My mom plays piano and she loves music. And basically, like, whatever I was talking about music, she always supported me. I was already listening to her and she was trying to teach me piano that time. So I was like, you know what, it's not my instrument, I think. I'm not feeling it. And then I was like, alright, there's other one, I can play guitar. I like the sound of guitar. It's like, it has so many emotions. Like, guitar can be aggressive, guitar can cry, guitar can be like mellow. It just like, I just found myself in that instrument, and that sound is just like still like hits me hard. Every time I play guitar, I'm like, damn, it's so good, it's so deep. I still play guitar, I enjoy playing it. That's my favorite instrument. So my high school friends were playing some instruments. They were playing like guitars, bass, drums. Some of them were even singing. But I was kind of challenging myself because I was so jealous that they were in the bands. I was seeing that they were playing shows, like even like high school like stuff still. That's why I decided to create my own and see like if my skills are actually like adjustable or like actually like fits in the band. We actually didn't perform shows. We were like playing a lot rehearsals. That's the thing about bands. So it was exciting, and at the same moment it was just like pulling me down a little bit because you have to wait for everyone, and then it's just like lots of teamwork that wasn't that great. When Skrillers came out, I was like, wow, that is something new. It was a new wave. It was hard, it was emotional, it was people were like mosh pitting in the live concert. So that's why I got into like, I was seeing all these live shows where he plays and people are just literally like behaving like they're on the rock concert. I was like, oh my god, that's a new thing. I just literally came to one of our rehearsals and I showed them like some tracks. I was like, hey, listen, that's Skrillex, or that's like voice noise, and just listen to that, it's cool, I think that's the future. And they were like, yeah, it sounds like a noise, it's fine. Yeah, and I was like, I think you might be wrong, because we're not like, you're going nowhere, and that's going somewhere. I just switched to electronic music, and I didn't know like anything at all. Like, I had to learn from scratch. I'm talking about Ableton, like just mixing, mastering, all these sounds, how to put them together. Because when you're a guitar player, you just go to the studio and just record it. That's it. They'll take care of other stuff. And here you are, like, you're a producer. You're not just a musician. You have to produce as well. So it was kind of challenging here because I'm still learning. And the source of knowledge is pretty hard to find. So yeah, I was in St. Petersburg and I found some schools around. They were teaching like how to DJ and stuff, and that was the first push because I got my first gig through them. So I was just like visiting that school and they promised that I will get my first gig. I was like, alright, finally, because I never played like live. Yeah, so that was my maybe first start from DJing. So I was actually studying it. I knew that I have to study more. There is not enough in my city, and at some point it was like, I reached the ceiling of my city. Like, I was kind of framed a little bit. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna challenge myself. I don't have a good source of knowledge here, so I have to move. My parents thought that it will be super hard and tough because I'll be homesick there, and I just said that I have to try because I'm young, and if you don't try, you never know. I actually had a list of the clubs when I was in Russia, the clubs I want to perform in. So I remember just going to one of them, and it started from Avalon Club, right in Hollywood, and I started playing there by actually just going every Friday religiously, just meeting people, managers, whoever. When I moved to LA, I found out there's more people like me, way more. I'm not the only one in my city. Now I'm here, and it's just like a bunch of them coming from other countries. They're younger than you, and they're maybe more talented, and that was the biggest challenge as well. I'm just like, you're just frustrated. You have to find yourself there, and you have to compete with them, and maybe, I don't know, and you're trying to make a difference between you and them. So you'll be like, hey, I'm different. I'm doing something different. Everyone does something different. I found my difference. I just did it when I started Unicorn Skull, and people kind of like, they started feeling that. They were like, oh, right, I think that's something different. That's weird. They were saying like, that's weird, completely weird, but they loved it. I was kind of not feeling my previous project because, I wasn't showing my background. So I was just a DJ. So I never showed my metal background. So I was like, all right, I have to like combine all those two worlds together. The Unicorn Skull project is it's kind of in the middle of happiness and sadness. At the same time, it's powerful. It's kind of hard to like show that sometimes. Sadness comes from something in the past. That way, like all the people have it. You miss something, or maybe it's childhood. Happiness is actually like now, just like our future. I'm feeling happy about that, and I'm just like combining those two feelings. When you play a show, it's really important how you provide, how you like actually take people to the journey of emotions. Like, you got 1 hour, and it's up to you whatever you play. You can go aggressive, play 1 hour, just like, crazy stuff, and they'll just leave without any emotions. They'll be exhausted for sure. When I'm playing, and what I love in other DJs, when they like combine everything, like they mix emotions, they go aggressive, then they go mellow, they like relax you a little bit, then back again. It's definitely a roller coaster. That's where I want to take people, like in my music. It started 1 year ago, 2 months maybe. And I just recorded first song as a experiment, and everyone loved it. I started playing main stage right away. I was like posting tracks every month. Then I was like, wait, it's a little bit like people are actually paying attention. So it's more responsibility right now. So I'm taking more time to produce. It's kind of hard. I'm really impressed. Like, I never had thousands of streams on my Spotify. I never had like people supporting me at all. Huge numbers for me, like thousands. Some people, they're just like, making songs for someone. And I'm making music for myself first. If I enjoy it, probably someone will too.